Hello YouTube, All Flight Sim is back in the PMDG 747-400, flying with British Airways and their old traditional, I think it's Aegis livery, and we're on the ground with FlyTampa's Tango November Charlie Mike, that's St Maarten or Juliana. We are on VAT Sims, a couple of Air Canada 787s I think they are, 787 on Airbus maybe. It's early morning, it's about 17 minutes past 7 in the morning, and we're flying on a British Airways virtual flight up to Manchester. Let's hop into the cockpits. I've got the batteries on. Just about to put the APU on. Start that. The only other things I've done, I've just battery went on to external power, went to standby power to auto, put the 3 IRSs to align, put the emergency lights on, then I put the window heats on and the nav lights. The only other thing I've done is I've just put the flight directors up, and on both EFIS panels I've got the VORs on. About to tell the computer where we are. As you can see, the attitude indicator and stuff is out. To do that, FMC, where is it? I'm looking for I don't want to fix index position. Just tell the computer where we are at Tango November Charlie Mike. That's the ICAO for St Maarten. I'm thinking about gate Bravo 4, but I'm just going to select these coordinates and just put them down here. Routes. I've planned the routes using SimBrief. We're departing runway 10. We expect ILS 23 right on approach into Manchester later on today. That might change, of course, with the wind. So once I've downloaded that flight plan from SimBrief, I've moved it into the PMDG flight plan folder for the 747. So I'm going to pick that up now. I'm just going to go previous. It's quicker sometimes to go back. So that's the previous time I flew it. This is the today's. So data link is not ready, so I need to align the. Go to the ACARS pre-flight.
Junior traffic, radio check, you're turning 1245 heavy radio check.
Radio 55. Okay, Tango November Charlie Mike. That's the origin, and we're going to Echo Golf Charlie Charlie. We're departing here at about 12:30. I'd like to get off if I can. That's oops. Put that into the wrong time. I think that's 12:30, and we're looking at, I think the flight time today is going to be 7 hours, just over 7 hours. So we're looking at about 7:30 p.m. this evening. 78,400 kilograms of fuel. So I'm going to put about 81,000 just in case we need a bit extra fuel hold. Cruising at 35,000 feet on the Modar 2 departure. I'm coming in the Mersey 2 Bravo in Manchester later. So majority of this flight's over the Atlantic, coming over Southern Ireland, and then we'll head over towards Merseyside, and then hopefully ATC will be online later and we'll be vectored in for 2-3 rights. So IATA code for British Airways is Bravo Alpha. That goes on the airline ID, and we're 45 Foxtrots. That's our flight number. So we're looking at 30 hours approximately for the arrival. Before we can carry on, we need to align the IRSs. That brings up the data link synchronization. You can see they're starting to sync now. Put the APUs on. I'm just waiting for the IRSs to finish their stuff, and then we can start downloading the flight plan. And while we're waiting for that, I'm going to put the fuel on board. Currently got 18,300 kilograms, so I'm just going to put 81,000 kilograms, 81 tons of fuel on board. I'm not going to adjust the payload today. Doors, I'm going to close all the doors ready. Just to confirm, we're already on the APUs, so I'm going to get rid of the ground power. It's disconnecting, and I can put the parking brake. It's now on, and put the fuel switches on. It's a 7-hour flight, so I doubt very much we're going to need the centre tanks. I doubt we'll need those either. Nope. It's only a 7-hour flight, so those tanks will be empty. 3 packs are off. Get the hydraulics ready for the starts, both 1 and 4 on auxiliary and 2 and 3 on auto. All the other switches look fine. Normal. Let's just go down from the left hand side, working my way down, and I've already set the emergency lights switches on. These put those aisle lights on the floor on in a case of emergencies. That's what they are for. A few of the cockpit lights on. These engine starts not needed at the moment. Don't need de-icers. We've already covered the packs and everything else. So, attitude indicators have come up, so we know the IRSs are aligned. Just need to set the performance figures. Excuse me. Actually, before we do that, let's just load up that flight plan. I'm just going to request it. This is the flight plan that we downloaded from SimBrief and moved into the PMDG flight plan folder. Let's just send it. Just waiting for the load to come up. Here it is. Just press load, and we can see Route 1 uplink is loading. So it should increase the page numbers here. You can see that's St Maarten and Manchester there. And it's up there, it's gone up to 4 pages. So the next thing to do is departures and approach page. Go to departure. Departing runway 10 on the Modar 2 departure. Now I'm just looking for the transition. I think it's, let's go to flight plan, new flights, SimBrief, and we're just uploading from SimBrief. Not only
traffic, Canada 1245 heavy pushing back.
TNCM. We also downloaded a file for PMDG as well as the PMDG flight plan, so we can now upload that file here. If you want me to put a video together to show how to do SimBrief and all that lot, just let me know and I'll put one up. So I've put St Maarten up here, search for a taxi. I want the airport. Click on that pin there, goes green, and we have a quick reference down here for it. We're parked over here. I think we're going to take this taxi route up and hold short rather than backtracking up runway 28. We'll see if there's traffic in the air at the time. Our standard instrument departure today is Modar 2 RNAV. So I click on that box, and that puts the route in. And then we're going to click on the green pin again, so we've got quick access to it. Right, transition altitude is 5,000 feet, and we are taking the Modar, so Monolo is the transition. And although this may change, I'm just going to put ILS 23 right in for now. We want the Mersey 2 Bravo, which is this one. It's going to go route. I'm not going to put that at Manchester VOR in at the moment. Activate and execute. That puts the plan up. On the EFIS panel here, let's just get a bit of light on. It's a bit dark. Just put overhead light switches. Glare shield lights are coming up, and then well, just turn the lights up a little bit down here. I don't need the dome. I'm just going to put the aisle on a bit and boost the lights there. So wind data, I'm not going to put the wind in. So legs, that can be downloaded from SimBrief as well. I'm just going to go through on the EFIS panel, flick to the plan page, and I'm going to go up to about 40 nautical miles. I've taken off runway 10 here. It can be turning right about 180 southbound, pick up Modar, and then we'll take our turn up. Just step through, make sure there's no discontinuities. And when we get to Mersey, we'll be expecting vectors from Mersey to 23 rights. That's unusual step. So we get to Mersey sides here, and then I'm going to put Charlie Fox on 23 right in. This is the feathers at Manchester. Can't take that at the moment. Sorry about that. Just received a phone call. So going to move this up to there, and then execute. There's a route discontinuity. Right, so I just need to go to the next page. Just move the Mersey back up to this. Execute, and then continue the step. We'll most likely be coming down here, and then this is presumably a vector. It's taking me up there. Yeah, that's what all that. Most likely we'll have air traffic control vectoring us if we have to go around. That's all in there. The only other thing, I'm just going to move back to the plan, bring this down to 10 nautical miles, and then just need to set the performance. Now the fuel rate 111,000 kilograms, cruise altitude 35,000 feet. Cost index is 53 for British Airways 747s. Reserves, I think we're going down to Heathrow. I'm going to put in about 6 tons for the reserve. I'm not going to derate at this moment on this particular departure. Takeoff flaps are going to be 20 degrees. And we can accept these V1 127 rotating at 139 and V2's 156. I think the centre of gravity is about 23%. I'm just going to put the speed of 156 here for the V2. Put 96 for the runway heading. Keep it down at 5,000 feet for now on the stop climb. Probably go straight up to 35,000 feet if there's not much traffic. So flight directors 1 and 2 are in, auto throttles in. I can arm the LNAV VNAV on the ground. On the EFIS panel I want weather. I think the TCAS is already set, so I want RTO jet takeoff for the takeoff. Test the TCAS systems. Put that to 2,000. That will go to 1,200 for the Oceanic shortly.
TCAS test pass.
Fuel's in, so I'm going to put the seatbelt lights on. We just heard TCAS pass. I'm going to press the traffic button here. That brings up the TCAS system on my display here. On the first officer side, just turn the lights up here a touch. I'm going to put traffic and terrain. Okay, we're almost ready for the push and starts. I just want to make sure the stem trim is set. So that's 5.3 degrees. So that's set down here. Set about 6 at the moment. So just push it up, touch. That's about 5.3. And have a quick look outside. I think we should be okay to push in a moment. Got a 777 Airbus there, A330 I think it is. There was a 787 earlier, it must have taken off. Let's jump back in. St Maarten traffic, speedbird 45 Fox is ready to push and start. Just waiting for the Air Canada behind to taxi and I'll push back. Right, okay, put the beacon on.
Roger that, I'll taxi go for in a moment.
Okay, thanks. Right. Let's just quickly check the oxygen supplies here. Okay on the captain side. Oxygen's okay first officer side. Okay, let's just another checks APU is on. We've disconnected the ground power, removed the chocks. Hydraulics are in place, ready for engine starts. The packs are off. We've got the beacon is on now. So just waiting for the. I'm going to start the engines at the stand just to save a bit of time. So engines 3 and 4 coming on. Actually, no, just bear me a second. Well, I'm just going to end the video at this point to keep the videos not too long. This is part 1. Part 2 will be pushing back, starting the engines, taxiing up to runway 10. I might have to backtrack on the 747. I'll just double check.
Yeah, speed braking and pitch back.
And then we'll be ready. I'll see you in part 2. This is All Flight Sim, the PMDG 747 in St Maarten. I'll get back to you in part 2. Thanks.